Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Tuesday afternoon. It is July 9th and time is marching on pretty quick, y'all. Two major things I'm going to talk about. A story I just saw earlier, some disturbing comments made by the White House press secretary a while ago. It may not shock you, but it's still disturbing what she said. I'm going to go into that. Also, yesterday I talked about how, what ifs, if Trump becomes the next president. Today I'm going to talk about what if he doesn't. What if the Democrats stay in power? What if Biden stays and doesn't get tossed out here, replaced, and he is in there again, or / somebody else, like, who knows, Obama, Gavin Newsom, whoever. In other words, if the Democrats keep control of the presidency, what will that look like, or what's going to happen? It's not pretty. But anyway, I'm going to go into my thoughts on it. Okay. Also have a terrific passage that I'm going to share with you towards the end. It will give you encouragement, I promise. So stay tuned for that. Whatever happened to press secretaries just getting fired? It seems like with every president, they almost always have more than one press secretary. And it may not be that they got fired for something bad. They just, they cycle out. I mean, they'll just get one up there for a year or two. And this one they got right now, my goodness, I don't even remember her name. You know what I'm talking about. I would rather have Peppermint Patty back in that at the pulpit than this one right here. This is terrible. It's just terrible. Terrible. Not terrible, but terrible. Okay. So this happened a while ago today. And this the story broke, though, through the Daily Mail. Leave it up to a foreign a foreign media source to report on news that's breaking in the United States. The White House will not say if Biden, who's 81 years old now, would personally deal with a nuclear attack after 8 p.m., y'all. So apparently, I know this is not a super shock to you, the president not only doesn't work after 8 p.m., is not available. I don't know, maybe he's eaten his pudding already and he's gone to sleep. Part of being a president is being ready to take the 2 or 3 a.m. phone call, right? Well, not this one. Has he ever? Probably not, since he's been in there. We would probably be shocked if we really knew the details of the last 3.5, 4 years of this guy and his schedule, or lack of schedule. But anyway, the way it looks like it went down, according to the story, is this, she's given, the press secretary is given a briefing or whatever, and is getting peppered by the press, questioning Biden's mental fitness, rightly so. And Peter Doocy from Fox News asked, well, what if there is a nuclear attack after 8 p.m., is the president able to deal with this, or would it be Jill? And the answer should have been, the president's going to deal with what comes. If you're a press secretary, I don't care if the president, what kind of shape he's in, he or her, I'm going to say he's got it covered. But no, she didn't say that. She said, She said the president has a team to deal with this, to deal with it. And no, Jill's not making, the president's wife is not making decisions. That's what she said after that. But so he has a team to deal with a nuclear strike against the United States after 8 p.m. So that's confusing because the last time I checked, according to the law, according to American law, the president has sole authorization to authorize the use of a nuclear weapon. Okay. But not according to the press secretary. He has a team to deal with it. Well, who's on the team? Who's in charge? Are they dealing with everything? Not just after 8 p.m. I would suspect so. Probably after about noon is when they're dealing with everything. Heck, all the time. Joe's out. I don't know. Maybe they just wake him up sometime during the day and just roll him out on a porch somewhere. Juice him up when they need to. I mean, really. I mean, just think about that for a moment. Think about it from different angles here, okay? It's a horrifying thought, first of all. If we are under nuclear attack, the president, or whoever apparently, would deal with this, has minutes, and only a few minutes to respond or not respond. You imagine the chaos that would ensue. I mean, Biden's not gonna be able to deal with it. Even if he's awake at the time. Even if it happened at 2 p.m. is my estimation. So who does deal with it? And how does that go down? I mean, if somebody other than the president gives the order, so the guy at Central Command, or the, whatever you call it, that actually there's a guy that gives the order to release the nuclear weapons when he hears from the president. So is he going to hear that from somebody else and actually go ahead and do it? There would be so much confusion in the chain. Can you imagine that? Have they practiced it? Are they prepared for that? I doubt it. What a mess. Now think about who's listening to this. You know our adversaries are watching this and saw this too. They're probably already talking about it. They've probably already met about this. And it only happened a few hours ago. So if you're an adversary of the United States, you hear the press secretary say this, that's awful. It's horrifying in a way. Asleep at the wheel is not even come close to describing this. What a way to ensure confidence of the American people. You know, it's terrible. And people will vote for that. They will. What happened to Europe, too, by the way? I thought France and the UK were going to make a right turn. Looks like they made a left. A big left. This is what happens when you basically get rid of your borders, okay? And I think that's what they're trying to do here. This is a global effort. This is not one or two countries. This is a big plan. And that's what they're trying to do here, is if you can flood your nation with these folks and make it to where they can vote, it's over. It's over. It's done. Okay, I'm going to move on to what if, and this is horrifying in a way too, what if the Democrats, and I'm not going to say Biden because the Democrats hold power as far as the presidency for starting in 2025, or in the election, if we have election. I would prepare for things to intensify way more than they are right now, y'all. And that might be putting it mildly. If they hold power, whoever it is, I would expect an accelerated, aggressive effort, movement to absolutely come after anybody, anybody that supported Trump. And I'm not just talking about top aides. I'm talking about anybody that identifies as Republican, conservative, MAGA, Trump supporter in any way. I mean, if you think about it, it can happen easily because, and it will. If you think about it, look at the top people who are not everybody, but a lot of the top aides that stuck around, that stuck with Trump and stuck up for him and defended him. They're either in jail or financially ruined or both. I mean, think about it. It would be on an unprecedented scale. Who's going to stop it? They would use every tool in the box, y'all. First and foremost, the three-letter agencies. You know who I'm talking about. I mean, think about what they've already done. I mean, when you have the three-letter agency that starts with an F start investigating parents who disagreed with the school board, what's possible? Anything. Conservatives, Christians. When you have people arrested for simply peacefully protesting outside an abortion clinic and do jail time. For real. First of all, if they keep power, there would be massive violence. I think it's going to be violence either way. But as you see in France, even when they win, there's violence. That's just how they operate. But that would happen here, especially in the cities. It could possibly make 2020 look like a little fireside chat. But I would expect full court press tyranny. Absolute. Pay attention to what's going on in your county, in your state, because that's where it will count, where you live, all right? Where the rubber meets the road is where it's going to count. Circle the wagons on many levels like no other. It would be a time, will be, in my estimation, will be a time, and we need to prepare for this, because I believe it's going to happen, to go as gray as possible. Dang gray, invisible gray. Okay? Much as we can. Hunker down. Keep it moving. Just try to ride through it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. Now, there could be a time when you have to absolutely I don't know how you say it, defend yourself. Yeah. It could come to that. I absolutely will. My first inclination, though, is to lay low, go gray, and try to ride through it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, share your thoughts. But all these folks who've been flooding in from the south and the north, I have a feeling they're going to find their way to the ballots. I really do. I do. If we get that far. All right, I'm going to go do a passage because I think it's needed. I'm going to Psalm chapter 34. I'm going to Psalm 34. I will cover verses 4 and 5 and then 8. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to him and were radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed. It said radiant. It's not like they were shining. I guess that's another way to say it, but radiant, and shall never be ashamed. They sought him, sought the Lord, delivered me from all my fears, not just a few, all your fears. Remember that. Verse 8 says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. How blessed is the man who takes refuge in him." How blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. He's our ultimate refuge. He's the one. He's the creator of the universe that will look after us. We just seek him and take refuge in him and trust. Our faces will be radiant. I have no doubt in that. I have no doubt in that. Stay close to Jesus. He's the Savior. Let's be careful out there. Let's keep preparing, though. Let's keep working at it. Work in some fun. Work in some downtime. Decompress. Try not to get stressed. Do not worry. Do not be afraid. I always stress that. Y'all know. All right, share your thoughts. God bless you. I will see you soon.